Hello everyone, welcome to Vishnu IAS. Today we are going to say another important recent current affairs which is related to your GS2 World Food Day by Vishnu IAS team. You can expect questions from this for your prelims point of view also. So first let's see what is there in the news. Okay, so in news, World Food Day is celebrated recently on 16th October. Okay, so every year since 1945, 16th October has been celebrated as World Food Day. Okay. So World Food Day, it is celebrated to commemorate the establishment of United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. So FAO. Okay, so UNFAO. So to commemorate the establishment of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization on 16th October 1945, every year World Food Day is celebrated. Okay, so what happened this year is on this day, that is 16th October 2020, the Prime Minister of India, he released a commemorative coin of 75 rupees denomination to mark the 75th anniversary of FAO. Okay, so in order to mark the 75th anniversary of FAO, the Prime Minister of India, he released the commemorative coin of rupees 75 denomination. And FAO, what is this FAO? You know, it is a specialized agency of the United Nations. So that will lead the international efforts to defeat the hunger. Let's see about the World Food Day. So every year, annually, 16th October, it is celebrated as the World Food Day in order to address the problem of global hunger. Mainly in order to address the problem of global hunger, every year 16th October is celebrated or it is observed as the World Food Day. And it mainly emphasizes on the Sustainable Development Goal 2, SDG 2, that is the Zero Hunger. Okay, and this year's theme is Grow, Nourish, Sustain and Together. Okay, Grow, Nourish, Sustain, Together. Okay, there has been a renewed focus on the food, nutrition, health, immunity and sustainability. Okay, so the main focus is on the food, nutrition, health, immunity and sustainability. You know what is the challenge which is faced by many countries throughout the world now was the COVID-19 pandemic, right? So there has been a renewed focus on the food, nutrition, health, immunity and sustainability because of the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, and this year's theme is Grow, Nourish, Sustain, Together. Next is 75th anniversary of FAO. You know, over the years, FAO has it has helped in various ways all around the world to fight the global hunger, to defeat the hunger. Okay, so over the years it helped to increase the agriculture production and also to eradicate the hunger all over the world, and even in India also, it includes India also, and it played a very important role in increasing the nutrition of the people around the world. Okay, so we know this already. And 2020's Nobel Peace Prize to the World Food Program, which is a very important or the major achievement for the FAO. Okay, because this program, World Food Program, which was started by FAO. Okay, so this also a recent news. Okay, so it helped to increase the agriculture production and eradicate hunger all over the world, including India, and it has played an important role to increase the nutrition of the people around the world also. And next is 2020's Nobel Peace Prize was given to World Food Program, which is an program that was started by the FAO. So it was a major achievement for the FAO. Now let's see about the Indian context. Okay, India is fighting against malnutrition, which we know already, right? And FAO is having a very close watch on the India's fight against malnutrition for the past few decades. But we know it has many constraints in that. Okay, so what are the reasons for India not achieving this malnutrition is mainly because of pregnancy at very young age and lack of education and information and inadequate access to drinking water, lack of cleanliness, etc. So there are various reasons for the malnutrition. And we know about the Poshan Abhiyan, okay, National Nutrition Mission, Poshan Abhiyan, okay, and the dream or vision of that is a malnutrition free India by 2022. Okay, and India is lagging behind in achieving this result of malnutrition free India by 2022, which is envisaged under the National Nutrition Mission or the Poshan Abhiyan. Okay, so FAO it is having a close watch over the India's fight against malnutrition in the past decades, but its scope has many constraints, and the reasons are the pregnancy at young age, lack of education and information, inadequate access to drinking water, lack of cleanliness, etc. And we are behind in achieving the expected results. Okay, what is the expected result? Is the malnutrition free India by 2022, which is envisaged, or it is the dream of the National Nutrition Mission, or the Poshan Abhiyan. And FAO, it supported India's proposal. Okay, so what was the India's proposal? Is India's proposal to declare 2023 as the International Year of Millets. So India, this FAO supports this India's proposal of declaring this 2023 as the International Year of Millets. Okay, FAO supported India's proposal to declare 2023 as the International Year of Millets, and this will encourage to intake the nutritious food and their availability, and it will benefit small and medium farmers. Those people, these small and medium farmers, they grow the coarse grain on their lands. Okay, for that is these farmers who face a very big problem of water, and the land is not so fertile. Okay, so in this in their land, in such kind of land, these people, small and medium farmers, they grow mostly the coarse grains on their land. So this move, it will encourage in the intake of nutritious food and also increase the availability further, and this will benefit the small and medium farmers, those farmers who grow coarse grains on their land. So where there is a problem of water and land which is not so fertile. It is fertile but not very good. Okay, so land is not so fertile. Let's see the Indian initiatives. Eat Right India and Fit India movement, along with the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, okay, Jal Jeevan Mission and other efforts will improve the health of Indians and heal the environment. Okay, so Eat India and Fit India movement, and also other initiatives like Swachh Bharat Mission and Jal Jeevan Mission, and there are various other efforts that was taken by the Indian government that will improve the health of Indians, and also it will improve the environment also. And also they have introduced 17 new biofortified varieties of crops. Okay, so introduction to the 17 new biofortified crops that to overcome the shortcomings of the common variety of crops, so that lacks an important micronutrients. Okay, so like 17 new biofortified varieties of crops are Max 4028 wheat, Madhuban Gajar, okay, etc. So these are the few biofortified varieties of crops. And also the increased ambit and the effective implementation. So what is the increased ambit and effective implementation of what? It is about the Food Security Act 2013. So Food Security Act 2013, and also the amendments to the APMC, that is the Agriculture Produce Market Committee Acts. So what this APMC will do is it will make them more competitive. Okay, so that is the amendments to the APMC. And also there are many steps that are taken to ensure the farmers get 1.5 times the cost of the minimum support price. Okay, so minimum support price is given by the government, right? So which along with the procurement of the government, so with the minimum support price along with the government procurement, it is an important part of ensuring the country's food security. And next is that is a step to ensure the farmers get 1.5 times the cost of MSP. And next is the development of a large network of farmer production organizations, FPOs. Okay, development of larger network of these FPOs. And next is the amendments in the Essential Commodities Act 1955. So what are the amendments to this 1955? Why these amendments in the Essential Commodities Act is in order to deal with the issue of grain wastage in India. So because in order to focus on the issue of grain wastage in India, the amendments in the Essential Commodities Act in 1955, it will help. Next is government is making efforts to make India trans fat free by 2022. So this is 1 year ahead. Ahead means in earlier. Okay, so 1 year ahead of the World Health Organization's target. So why India is making efforts and why it is focusing to achieve it 1 year ahead of World Health Organization's target is because with a vision of New India at 75, that is 75 years of India's independence. Okay, so on that vision or on that focus, India is making efforts to make India as a trans fat free by 2022 on this 75 years of India's independence. And trans fat is a food toxin. So what is this trans fat? Actually, it is a food toxin that is partially, it is not completely present, it is partially hydrogenated vegetable oils that we call it as PHOS, like vanaspati, shortening margarine, etc. Okay, and baked and fried foods. Okay, PHVOs, baked and fried foods. So in these kind of foods, okay, like vanaspati, shortening margarine, so in those kinds of food, baked and fried foods. So in these all foods, okay, there is a trans fat which is a food toxin. So trans fat is a food toxin that is present in PHVOs and baked and fried foods. So that we call it as a trans fat. And next is it is a major contributor to the rise of the non-communicable diseases. That is, it is a major contributor to the risk in the non-communicable disease in India, and also it is a modifiable risk factor for the cardiovascular diseases, that is CVD. And in order to eliminate the risk factors of the CVD, that is cardiovascular disease, eliminating this cardiovascular disease risk factor, it is very important or relevant during this COVID-19, because people with this CVD are having the more effects for the COVID-19, or these people have been predisposed to have the serious conditions having impact on the mortality rates of these people who are having the CVDs. That's all. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, click on like button and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. Do subscribe our channel and join our Telegram channel link to get info about the daily current affairs and to get the value added materials. Thank you.